his freestyles.
Yeah.
They're never ending. You can do it for like an hour, and
yeah.
he makes total sense the entire time, and is actually really good, like intricate flow patterns. Like to me, he was the best freestyle I've ever seen.
He like that 2009 or 2000. He probably like that 2006 or that 2006 to 2009 Lil Wayne. If you give him a subject, he go rap right now. He gonna say metaphors and he gonna say punchlines. He's gonna be like, "You had some rope?" Like, no, nigga, rap about people.
Where you see yourself in 2 years?
Well, I see myself in 2 years, shitting on all my peers, the ones that wish that they were right here. A lot of shit changed since last year. I'm not the same nigga as last year. Last year was a broke year, but the next year will be the most here.
Options.
Got options. Like, what am I copping? Where do I want to go shopping? Like you said, I got options.
Yeah.
My pocket. The money, yeah, that is an option.
Yeah.
The streets, that's not an option. I made a whole nother
Freddy
option.
Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, when I talk to Ruger, it's a scary sight. Run up on me, nigga, you could die tonight.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's crazy. What he was to Chicago, to me, and what he did is like how Biggie had that short career, how Pac had that short career, but their legacy is so like I feel he was that.
It was like hard to believe how big he got and
crazy.
how beloved
like,
it was.
It's so crazy. I feel like even it's forever, like we just keeping his legacy alive, he gonna be that kid that you always gonna know. You always gonna hear his music like 30, 40 years from now, the same as a Pac, a Biggie. Like I think, to me, if you ask me.
Whatever you want to do in life, find something that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life. Find something that you like. And even if it seems like it's impossible, it's very, very possible. So don't get nervous. If you have a big goal, just chip away at it until you get to where you need to be.
What's up, YouTube? Hip Hop Fanatic back here with another video. Today we gonna talk about Juice WRLD. And you know what I learned about Juice WRLD? Apparently, he's still alive. He's hiding out on some island, you know, with Tupac and Nipsey and all of them. They hiding out on the island somewhere, you feel me? I didn't know that. I thought he died in 2020. Was it 2020? He died in 2020 on the plane, but apparently the plane never landed in Chicago. It's a whole conspiracy theory. If you've seen it on YouTube, it's crazy, because I don't know the full details, but he just, I don't know. Apparently he's still alive. I'm like, bro, this is why he keep coming out with albums, man. Some of these albums, like, they sound like he's still alive. It's weird. You know what I liked about Juice WRLD? Juice WRLD was, he was a rapper, of course, but he also sings and sounds pretty good when he sings. But the one thing I liked about Juice WRLD, he's talked about stuff that rappers don't normally talk about. And that's like anxiety, depression, substance abuse, drug abuse. I mean, rappers talk about drinking lean and all that. I mean, but they make it seem like it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But Juice was actually like really messed up, like mentally. And he always talked about it, always. He didn't hide that in his music. He always told his fans that he's messed up and he's taking drugs and that's how he gets through life. Apparently he didn't get through all of it. Juice WRLD was, he was a lot to a lot. He was so much to a lot of people, especially to the young generation, because the young generation, I think they go through a lot more than we ever did. There's more in this world now than there was when we were growing up, and they go through a whole lot, and and they don't talk about it. So they go to other outlets, drugs, parties, and smoking, you know what I'm saying? That's their outlet. They go through a lot more than we ever did, or we just don't talk about it as much because it's not cool to talk about it, because if we were depressed, they'd be like, suck it up, and there's a spider, hold on. We don't talk about it as much as we talk about it less, so when we teach the younger generation, they don't talk about it either. But Juice WRLD was an outlet for a lot of people. He just got it, you know, and everything he did was a freestyle. I have more respect for him because it wasn't written. Everything he said in his songs was completely off the dome, and that's just impressive in itself. So y'all know how we do this. We're gonna do Juice WRLD's albums. I didn't want to do his mixtapes because I wanted to go back to when he was Juice the Man. I think it was Juice the Man, and get those mixtapes. So we're not gonna do Word on Drugs. Because Word on Drugs is a mixtape with Future. So if I ever do Future's mixtapes, it would be included on that. So he has 4 albums. We all know this, and we categorize these albums by 6 categories, and then we have a total score. We do intro and outro, hook/chorus, bars, tracklist/flow. We have features, and then we have production. I chose to take out features because his first album, he only has 1 feature, and I think it's Lil Uzi Vert. And then his later albums, his post-mortem albums, he has more features. So it would be lopsided if I put features as a category to base his album score. So I just took it off completely. I also added 1 extra point toward his bars because, like I said, all his raps are freestyles, completely off the dome, no writing. So I gave him an extra point for that because that is extremely hard. And not a lot of rappers can do that. I'm at 9 subscribers right now. It's people I know, that support me and everything. But you can support me too by liking the video, subscribing, because we drop a new video every month. But yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for being with me on this YouTube creator's journey. I love doing these videos, and I love doing this for y'all, and I love talking about music. So that's what this channel is for. So I appreciate y'all and enjoy the video.
All right, y'all, let's get straight to it. So with Juice WRLD's 4th studio album and his 2nd post-mortem album, Fighting Demons, which came out in 2021, is his worst studio album. It was 1 hour and 15 minutes. It was a pretty long album. So I got a confession. So I actually listened to the digital deluxe version, and the track list wasn't at a 6.5. It was actually at a 5.5. Because on the digital, they have Go Hard 2.0, and then a couple tracks later, more towards the end, they have Go Hard. And I was like, why would you put Go Hard 2.0 and Go Hard? It's the same song, bro. It's just Go Hard 2.0 has an extra verse to it. I was like, why would you do that? It's like they found an extra verse, and it's like, I will just make Go Hard 2.0. So I actually listened to the digital version, so I had to make my numbers. I had to change my numbers. But Fighting Demons is still his worst album. They got a total score of 24.5 out of 50. The most popular song on this album was Burn, which has 45 million views. And my favorite song is Already Dead. Well, no, that's the name of the song. Already Dead is the name of the song. The song is weird, bro. Because at this point, Juice WRLD has allegedly been dead for a year, right? Year and a half? Something like that. Because this came out in 2021. He died in 2020, allegedly. He talks about in the song, I'm already dead. I've been dead for years. And it's just so weird and surreal to hear because it's like he knew he was going to die and he made this. And now this is the song. This is a post-mortem song. So it sounds so weird when he says, I've been dead for years. I'm going to let y'all hear it because this is when I was hearing it in my headphones, I was like creeped out.
Watch me dead, bitch, I'm already dead. I've been dead for years. That was scary.
You see what I'm saying? It sounds so weird to hear him say, I've been dead for years, I'm already dead. Other than that, the production was okay. It had songs in there. You know how they make post-mortem albums and they put production beats to songs they're trying to find, beats for? And it just sounds like Juice WRLD would never rap on a beat like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he raps on like alternative dark beats, but and rock beats, but it's just some of those beats sounded too happy. You know what I'm saying? It was weird, man. I didn't like it. The production probably brought this down the most. The intro was good, but the outro,
It just seemed this album seemed unfinished, and it just seemed like a bunch of tracks put together. With Juice WRLD's third studio album and his first post-mortem album, Legends Never Die is his second worst album, but it's better than, you know what I mean. So this album went double platinum, and it was 59 minutes long. And it's true what he says, man. Legends never die. They always live forever in our hearts and in our minds. They never truly die. As long as they have music, they never truly die. Now this album got a 26.5 out of 50. I'd say the lowest part was the production. You know, it's the post-mortem album. They're trying to figure out what beats to use that could fit featured artists as well as Juice WRLD himself. So unless they already pre-made the beats, which I highly doubt they did that. Bars, of course, good because it's Juice WRLD. Everything, most of the stuff he says makes sense and it's a punchline at the same time. His most popular song on the album is Wishing Well. It has 222 million views on YouTube. My favorite song was Bad Energy. This album, he talked more about anxiety, or that was the overall morale of this album was anxiety based. He does, his intro is an anxiety intro where he talks to somebody about having anxiety and how he'll talk about having anxiety more on this album. The outro really hit me hard because it was his Instagram story of him saying, "I made it, y'all. I made it to heaven." And it was sad to end this album like that, because that was when he finally made it to where he wanted to be. He had fans, he had money, he was living a good life. And he said, "I made y'all, I made it to heaven." It's sad, and it's a crazy way to end. Legends Never Die, his next album. It was heart wrenching. It really was. With Juice WRLD's first studio album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, which came out in 2018, is the next album.
What?
I know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, no, Hip Hop Fanatic, this is his best album. Hear me out, bro. I know it's a good album. I know that it's a good album. I listened to it several times. And the first half of the album, I knew all of those songs because they're all singles. They're all good singles, though. You know, I don't necessarily like singles, but they're just all good singles. All Girls Are the Same. It hits me so hard that I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I can feel all girls are the same. They're right in my brain, yeah. Like, it hits me when I hear that song. And the rest of the album just follows suit. This album was more about his come up, where he started, and how his career took off. Because in the intro, it has, I guess, his ex-girlfriend or a ex-girl talking to him about why she's leaving and this, that, and the third, and then betrayal. She's talking to somebody else or messing around with somebody else, and she just forgot all about Juice. And then at the end, but Karma skit, when he finally makes it, and he's rich and famous and all this other stuff, and she's calling him like, "I liked you way before you had money and stuff." I'm like, nah. I hope most people get to experience that.
Nah, I've been good. What made you call me out of nowhere?
I just wanted to call you. I can't call you now.
Nah, I'm up now. You on my dick! Yo, Alexa! She on my dick because I'm up now.
People gonna try to do that in your life. They're gonna bring that bad energy, and they think you owe them something because they was with you before you had money. Nah, man. Nah. So the total score was a 27 out of 50. And you're gonna be like, Hip Hop Fanatic, that's still not good, man. Like, that's not a good album. Like, it is good. It is good, bro. I mean, it's not 40 or 50. It's not a perfect album. I haven't heard a perfect album yet from anybody. Oh, it also went triple platinum. It was 45 minutes. I haven't heard a perfect album from anybody. All the albums I've heard have never heard a perfect album yet. Close to it, but not a whole lot. This is a good album. Bars carry it very far. Production is pretty good. Hooks and chorus, I knew every hook and chorus. It was crazy. Now, the most popular song on the album was Lucid Dreams. It has 835 million views on YouTube. It also got a remix because it was so popular, and the remix is with Lil Uzi Vert, and that has a video as well. My favorite song on the album was Black and White, but it was a good album. It's not his best, but it's definitely a classic album. So I will admit that it's a classic album for Juice WRLD. So with Juice WRLD's second studio album, Death Race for Love, which came out in 2019, is, in my opinion, his best studio album. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I first heard this album, I kid you not, I did not like it. I liked a couple songs, but I was talking with my little brother, and he was I was asking him, "Hey man, if you could pick an artist for me to critique their albums or mixtape, which one would you pick?" He was like, "Well, why don't you take it back home?" I was like, "Chicago?" I'm like, "Who would you pick?" He was like, Juice WRLD. I was like, bet. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like his second album. He was like, nah, it's actually pretty good. You gotta listen to it again, like fully listen to it again. And I admit with you, bro, it is a good album. Matter of fact, I think it's his best album so far. I don't know if he'll make another one. I don't know if they'll bring out another, like a third postmortem album. I don't know. There's usually one or two after an artist has died. But I listened to it, bro, and I gotta say this is his best album. It's a long album. It's like an hour. It's an hour and 12 minutes, but it went double platinum. So it's bars good, of course. Production pretty good. Hooks, oh man, I was in tune with every hook, man. The total score was a 32.5 out of 50. Once again, not a perfect album. His best, but not a perfect album. Good album. Very solid. His most popular track was Robbery. 437 million views on YouTube. And I don't have a favorite on this album anymore. It was at one point on Guide with Thug. I really like that song. I do like Robbery, but it's not my favorite. It was going to be Demons with Brent Faiyaz. I think that's how you say his name. But Juice WRLD's not on that song. But it sounds good, though. It sounds good. Empty's a good song. He Motions, Hear Me Calling, Robbery, Flaws and Sins, Ring Ring. I didn't like Out My Way. It's kind of random. The Bee's Knees, 10 Feet. There's so many songs you can name on this album, bro. Syphilis, he tapped into his inner ski mask. Yeah, I like the album, bro. Fast was a good song. I think I said Empty already. It was a good album, man. Not a perfect album. Don't get me, not a perfect album. Very good album. His best album, in fact. And that is going to end this Juice WRLD video. If you watched the whole video, I appreciate you, first of all. I am going to drop a video about why my video was so late. The Meek Mill video, the one I did last. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's in my videos. Go check out all the videos, man. Go check out all the videos. DJ Khaled, Big Sean, Kendrick, Meek Mill. I'm going to explain why in a separate video what happened. It wasn't nothing bad. I mean, it was in the moment, but I'm good now. And I'm going to explain where I want to take this channel, where I want to go with this, and what's my plan for the next coming years of where I want Hip Hop Fanatic channel to be. Oh, I'm also going to do my first update video. I'm excited for that because it's probably going to be really short. I'm going to do my first update video for DJ Khaled because God did drop like a couple weeks ago, and I've had time to listen to it, dissect, and I've had time to enjoy it. I had to enjoy it first in order to critique it. So I'll be dropping an update on that soon, probably in the next couple of weeks after this Juice WRLD video drops. Yeah, but if you enjoyed the video, I say leave a like and be sure to watch out for more videos. I drop one every month. We do a new artist every month, and if somebody drops a new album, the ones that I've already done, we'll do an update, of course. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Peace.